Hello and welcome back to Up the Film to Transfer Hub, your home of Villas. Transfer news, rumours, links, noise, murmurings, incomings, and outgoings. If you are new to our channel, make sure you are subscribing. Get on this journey with us. Be a part of it. Smash the likes. Let's have a like target of, we'll go 500. And comment your thoughts in the comment section down below them. Right. Strap yourselves in. We are in for a bumpy week and a bit, maybe. We are in for a bumpy week and a bit. And a lot of you know that I have had strong vibes that Emi Martinez is going to be leaving to Manchester United. I've thought that for a considerable number of weeks now that he's going, and it looks now likely that he is on the way to Manchester United. We are having reports again from Argentina that are saying that Manchester United advances in talks for Emiliano Martinez. The goalkeeper is willing to go to the Red Devils, and formal negotiations with Aston Villa are expected to begin in the next few days. We then also have reports from Fabrizio Romano on the Give Me Sport podcast saying Emi Martinez is open to joining Manchester United this summer, even without Champions League football. So it looks more and more likely that he is going to be leaving. Now, my thoughts on it are that he's a big player to lose, big personality to lose, a big mental player to lose as well. So that's first and foremost. And it's disappointing that he's going to Manchester United, but at the same time, they are, for however you want to look at Man United, however poor that they've been in recent years since Fergie's gone, the decline, they still have massive pull. And unfortunately, for some players, when Manchester United knock, players want to go there. And Martinez has had interest before from Manchester United. So it's not the first time that he's been linked with Manchester United. I think it was about 2 years ago. Around 2 years ago, he was linked to Manchester United. I don't know whether some of you remember this, but he was linked with Man United. There was rumours, and then he didn't end up going there. So it's not like, oh, Man United want me. There's been something there before. The fact now that he's got George Mendes as his agent as well is very iffy to me. You know, when you get involved with Mendes, you go into a club, you're leaving your club, you go into one of those European teams, aren't you? Those, you know, the AC Milans, the Benficas, the Atletico Madrids, though the ilk of those teams, a bit of pedigree. So yeah, it's Man United, and you know, for however bad they are, and for however there's no European football, they're still winning trophies. In the last couple of years, they won an FA Cup and a League Cup. So they're still winning trophies. So I can understand slightly why he's going there to rebuild. And these players, they want to be that guy. They want to be the guy that goes in and the fortunes change and there's the rebuild. And I actually feel like he's probably all right going. And I actually don't even feel like it's Villa that have like forced this. I actually feel like it's a bit of everything. I feel like it's a bit of everything. I think Villa, I think we've probably had conversations. I think the agent, I think Martinez, I think it's a culmination of everything. So, I'm not gonna because I'll be honest with you. I'm always honest when I come on here. I am always honest. I've thought about this for weeks now because I felt like it's happening. So I am speaking as if I've accepted it basically. That's where my mindset is. I can understand completely why he's going there, and it's for money, legacy. He still probably wants to win something. He wants to be that guy. So it's a bit of everything. So yeah, I'm frustrated if he does really end up going there, but I can see it. I've seen it. Do you know what I mean? I've seen it for weeks. So it would be silly for me to come on here now and start going, oh, why is he going there? Like, because it's just what it is. Like, even Manchester United's finances, I mean, for how bad they've been, and I said this a few weeks ago, that for a club like Man United to have a couple of bad seasons, it doesn't make any difference because this is what they still bring in: 771 million, 746 million, 689, 558, 500. That's the last 5 years. So they're still churning in the money. They're still able to spend. And it's a little bit like, when we talk about why it's so important for Villa to get Europe, because we have to keep building, we have to keep growing, we have to keep bringing in this money. One bad season for Villa, one bad season for Newcastle, it's disaster because we don't bring in the revenue. So that's why it's so important that we keep qualifying for Europe, that we can keep bringing in this and striving to grow and keep bringing in these revenue streams. Because what happens is Villa without Europe, it's not sustainable. So whereas Man United can finish 17th, they can finish 16th, 15th. They'll still bring in this money. So this is why it's so important for Villa to just keep bringing in the money. Like Martinez as a keeper, like very, very good, very, very good. And I know you'll probably get some opinions of, one bad season, but I'm really honest here, like I always am. I actually think the goalkeeper, the player that comes in, isn't necessarily going to weaken Aston Villa. I think if we recruit the right goalkeeper for the way that we want to play, and when I'm saying recruit the right goalkeeper, I'm saying go out and get a high caliber goalkeeper. We cannot have none of this. We can't get our main one. We'll filter it down and we're going to end up with a keeper that's average. We cannot have this. The keeper that comes in has to be an unbelievable goalkeeper with the ball at his feet. He has to be a good shot stopper. He has to be good in the air. And we have to go out and get this goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper that we have to go out and get is Chevalier from Lille. We have to go and get him. PSG are linked. I've seen in recent weeks, but Villa seriously have to go and get Lucas Chevalier. We have to go and do it because he is the guy that can replace Martinez. And if we get him, then I'll feel perfectly fine. I honestly will feel fine because I back this guy and I know that he can do it. And I know that he's an up-and-coming goalkeeper that is going to go to the very, very top. And this season for Lille, he's been fantastic. 23 years of age, strengths, handling, reflexes, 7.09. Really good with the ball at his feet. We can see that he's got passing accuracy of 77, 90 in his own half, 33 in the opposition half, 11 clean sheets, total duel 94%, aerials 100, ground duels 90. This is the goalkeeper. He's the guy. There is another goalkeeper that we've been linked with from Nice, and it's Bolka, who I've spoke about on the channel before. Reminds me a little bit of Matt Sells from Nottingham Forest. Very, very good shot stopper. Pretty decent in the air. Kicking, I don't think he's as good as Chevalier. I don't think he's as comfortable, but I still think he's decent. So those are the goalkeepers that we've really got to be looking at. That they have got to be of the standard, of the caliber. And we gotta just deal with it. Like, if he's going, he's going. If it's Man United, okay, and recruit the best we possibly can. So I will be fuming with the sale if the goalkeeper isn't top bracket. But the other thing that we've got to do is we've got to sign two. We need two of them. Because I don't think Gauchi's the answer. Again, I've not seen loads of him, but from what I have seen, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced with his kicking. I'm not convinced handling. So we need two. Olsen's gone. So we need to be able to have two adequate, very, very good ones. I don't think there's any goalkeepers that are in the Villa Academy that are ready to progress to the first team. You know, this position that we're recruiting in is very, very difficult because, yes, they've got big shoes to fill. And I stand by this, and I always stand by this, is that, in my opinion, recruiting a goalkeeper and recruiting a striker should be pretty easy, really. Because if you're looking for a first choice striker or a first choice goalkeeper, how many of those positions around Europe are there compared to centre backs, compared to central midfielders? You know, when you're looking at recruiting in those areas, you can only have one first choice goalkeeper. But how many central midfielders could you have? You know, Villa have got, what, maybe 6 or 7? So go and get best in class. And next goalkeeper, a goalkeeper that's, again, a bit like the striker situation, up and coming, that you believe in, that you think is good enough. And it's exactly like the striker. You know, you don't have two elite strikers in your team. You only have one, because you can't have. What's the point? Unless you're playing with two strikers up top, one's on the bench, and you're not going to be happy on the bench. So I just think we've got to be making sure that we get best in class, really. So, Villa fans, let me know your thoughts on Martinez. Looking likely to go to Manchester United. Like I say, I feel like I'm pretty relaxed to it now. I've probably been through the phase of being a bit sort of like not getting my head around it, but I've kind of got my head around it. Like, so yeah, I think I've covered everything how I feel, really. So, Villa fans, let me know your thoughts, and yeah, it's gonna be very, very. I'm gonna be Hawkeye and Monchi with this goalkeeper. He's got to be elite. Got to be elite. Got to, and got to be good with the ball at the feet, and then got to be able to kick the ball out the back of the net. So yeah, there we go. Right, let me know your thoughts. Up the Villa.